Wondering how a luxury brand like Louis Vuitton can charge thousands of dollars for a simple bag, how they keep raising their prices and never offer discounts, and how they continue to be one of the most successful luxury brands in the world? If you want to know their secrets and how to implement them into your own small business, then this video is for you. Want even more of the best branding and business advice specifically for female entrepreneurs? Subscribe to my channel and click the bell to be notified when I post each new video. I'm Moriah, luxury brand designer and strategist, helping women build exclusive high-end brands so they can show up with confidence, book their dream clients, and finally charge what they're worth. But today, I'm sharing some of my best kept secrets with you. In fact, we're doing a deep dive into one of my favorite luxury brands, Louis Vuitton, for 4 tips you can use to help build rapport, brand loyalty, and a high-end clientele. Let's dive in. Luxury branding tip number 1, high-end pricing. A common component of all luxury brands is their premium pricing. They just charge more, and Louis Vuitton is no exception. Known primarily for their handbags and small leather goods, Louis Vuitton purses range from several thousand to tens of thousands of dollars. In fact, nearly all of their entry-level bags are priced at over $1,000. And here's the thing, Louis Vuitton regularly raises their prices and they never offer sales or discounts. By unapologetically selling at a premium price, Louis Vuitton is saying, we're worth it, and if you want it, you'll pay for it, period. Louis Vuitton never competes on price. As a solopreneur and service provider, I don't think you should either. Many small business owners try to compete on price because they think it's their only competitive advantage. But to those people, I'd argue that they're actually just not confident enough in their brand to charge what they're really worth. Competing on price is a no-win situation, a race to the bottom, and a guarantee for burnout. And contrary as it may seem, competing on price is a good way to lose great clients. I actually booked a photography client once because I was charging 6 times a competitor's rate. The client had reached out to the other photographer first, but when they saw their pricing and how incredibly low it was, it scared them off. The client thought, surely at such a low rate, there must be something wrong with this other photographer. So when they came across my work and saw my rates, which again were 6 times as much, they actually felt more confident booking with me, even though my style was incredibly similar to that first photographer's. Luxury brand tip number 2, exclusivity. Louis Vuitton creates exclusivity in their brand in several ways. The first, as I just mentioned, is price. The thing is, not everyone can afford or wants to spend several $1,000s on a handbag, and it's certainly not something that most people do on a whim. Simply by embracing a high-end pricing model, Louis Vuitton creates exclusivity for their brand. Another way that they create exclusivity is by limiting the availability of their products. For some of their most popular items, Louis Vuitton will create exclusivity and demand simply by offering a very, very limited supply. For example, one of their most popular crossbody bags, the Pochette Métis, is almost never available. In fact, you can find all kinds of videos and blog posts talking about how hard it was for the vlogger to get their hands on their bag. When I was trying to buy my Pochette Métis last summer, the website kept saying out of stock for weeks. Then I came across a post about how another woman was able to purchase hers simply because she kept refreshing the page for hours, and it finally came in stock. She seemed to think that the stock would become available for just a few minutes every 24 hours. So I tried it myself, refreshing the browser several times throughout the day. And guess what? The bag magically became available. Is Louis Vuitton really unable to keep these highly desirable purses in stock because they just keep flying off the shelves? I don't know, but I doubt it. Instead, my guess is that they're intentionally creating more desirability for the bag by making the supply incredibly low. This, of course, is creating a somewhat false sense of exclusivity, which creates a higher demand. And it's genius because it works. So, how can you apply this lesson to your own business? As a service provider, you might think that you can't create this sort of demand simply because you don't sell products. However, remember, if you're selling one-on-one services, your product is your time, and you need to treat your time with the reverence it deserves. You would not believe how many service-based brands I work with who make themselves completely available to their clients. I see them offer free consultations all hours of the day, every day of the week. If you're doing this too, you need to stop. It's time to play a little hard to get with your clients. By leaving your schedule completely open, you might think that you're being flexible for new leads and clients, but instead you're sending a very clear message that you're simply not in demand, don't have anything better to do, and are probably a little desperate. Instead, try offering a limited number of consultation spots each week. If a client really wants to book with you, they'll make one of those times work. And even better, they'll feel a real urgency to book with you. An added bonus is that you'll have even more time to focus on your work. Luxury branding tip number 3, legacy. Just like all great brands, Louis Vuitton celebrates their heritage and legacy. Louis Vuitton, the man, began making trunks in Paris during the Industrial Revolution. He was then hired as the personal trunk maker and packer for the Empress of France. The Louis Vuitton brand celebrates this history, and you can see how this legacy continues to influence product design to this day. This includes the abundant use of their damier canvas pattern, which was originally used on their trunks. Louis Vuitton also sells exclusive purses and products that hint at their history as trunk makers. And they still sell their infamous trunks, some of which retail for over $180,000. This is important because the casual consumer doesn't really care about a brand's legacy, but a true brand disciple does. Someone who just wants a Louis Vuitton bag because it's expensive and they want the social status that they associate with that doesn't necessarily care about that brand's history or heritage. However, there is a small subset of a brand's consumers who don't just want the bag, but become obsessed with the brand. These are collectors and brand disciples. These are the people who always want the next it bag and are on the edge of their seats for the launch of each new collection. Even though this group is a small percentage of a brand's entire customer base, I would argue that they're the most important. These are the loyalists who love the brand and their legacy. And like all good disciples, they share their deep devotion with those around them. These are the people who get other people excited about a brand. All successful brands have this small group of devout followers who get the word out to other consumers. Just think about Apple and those Apple fanatics who will have owned every version of the iPhone and probably still have all the boxes they came in too. They can tell you Steve Jobs' life story as well as the history of the company. The average iPhone user doesn't actually care about all of that. However, we all turn to those people when we're ready to make our next big Apple purchase because they'll sell us on it better than an Apple Store employee could. Your legacy is the story behind your brand, including your why and your brand values. And when you share it the right way, loyal consumers will connect deeply with your story. So even if your business is brand new, it's time to think about your own brand legacy. What is it and what do you want it to become? Let me know in a comment down below. Luxury branding tip number 4, brand recognition through logo design. Wondering what a great logo can do for your business? Look no further than Louis Vuitton. This brand has built incredible brand recognition through their iconic and timeless logo. In fact, most of their products prominently feature that logo. From bags to shoes to belts and everything in between, Louis Vuitton has mastered the art of selling their brand. and using their logo to do so. People want the bags, the shoes, or the belts with the logo because they want to be a part of that brand and what it represents. And when they wear it proudly, they're sharing that brand with everyone around them. This is why luxury logo design is so important. Louis Vuitton has built an empire on their logo, and so can you. Wondering what it takes to create a luxury logo? Then check out this video. Luxury brand logo design basics. The link is in the description down below. Now you know the luxury branding secrets that Louis Vuitton uses to create an epic high-end brand. Wondering what else it takes to elevate your service-based business, attract high-paying clients, and create a waitlist-worthy brand experience? Then you have to check out my free guide, 7 Steps to a Luxury Brand. Grab your copy with the link in the description below. Want to learn 3 more steps to help you build brand loyalty? Be sure to check out the videos that just popped up. And if you like this video, hit that thumbs up below and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video.